Well, hello, and welcome to episode number 68 from the Pull Yourself to Pieces podcast. Isn't that
Yep, yep.
amazing?
We've done 68. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
Do you know we are almost at our 2-year anniversary?
That's right. September will be 2 years
We've been married. No, I mean,
we-
no. It's 2
we've
years.
been
Yeah,
acting like idiots
yeah,
on the air.
exactly. We're married to the show.
Yeah, married to the show. Yeah,
Well, although we do take our what was that word I recently made
hiatus.
up? Hiatus. That was it.
yeah.
I got a hiatus hernia,
A
actually.
hiatus hernia. Yeah, I had one
I
too.
got to take off time for it. And
I had
Anyway.
I had a hyena hernia, but I just laughed it off. Get it? Laughed it off. Never mind. Speaking of laughing,
Uh-huh.
so a very sad milestone happened yesterday.
Oh,
Yesterday, if you
really?
weren't paying attention, yes, if you weren't paying attention, yesterday marked the passing of comedian Robin Williams.
Oh, really? Yesterday was?
He died in 2014. Yes, it was yesterday. And so
2014. It's been 9 years
it's
already.
been 9 years already.
August
time,
11th.
time passes when you're old quickly, doesn't it?
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
he was in his 60s, right? Like
Yes, he was. Yeah,
low and mid 60s.
yeah.
Wow. Which is where you and I are basically.
Pretty much. Yeah. And
Wow.
as long as I
Wow.
live, I'll never forget the day that you and I ended up in front of the TV together and we were watching I think it was a Showtime special.
It was either Showtime or HBO. Yeah.
Right? And
Yep.
there was Robin Williams, and nobody had heard of him yet.
Nope.
And he was doing his stand-up act, and he had you and me in tears. We were laughing so hard,
yeah.
we were in tears.
Yeah.
And I just kept saying, I don't know who this guy is, but he's ridiculous funny. And then, well, the rest is history.
Yeah. And then he was
So,
Mork.
And then it was more.
Yeah, it's true. That was classic.
Yeah.
You can find it on
Yeah.
YouTube somewhere.
Yes.
And I'm glad somebody recorded that, but that was some great stuff.
That was some great stuff.
I actually thought for the longest time I thought he was like Russian because he does a lot of it with a Russian accent.
Yes, I know.
So I really thought that's what he was, and then he could also do other accents. So I did not realize that he was
yeah.
American at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, a wasp.
Fooled me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny that you bring up that because I had a whole discussion planned for our main topic.
Really?
Yeah, around comedy, stand-up comics.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, something we can talk about. All right.
Yeah. So
You want to take a break and we'll come back?
yeah, why don't we do that?
Was that a great idea or what?
This is Bill, and you're listening to Pull Yourself to Pieces, the podcast, hosted on Anchor. You never heard of Anchor? Anchor by Spotify is a podcast host platform, and it's an easy way to make a podcast. We picked Anchor because they have everything we needed all in one place. You can record and edit a podcast from your computer or even right from your phone. Then you can have your podcast distributed easily to multiple platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and much more. And did I mention it's free? That's right. Anchor is free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hey, Bill, I have a
Yeah.
special surprise for you
Uh-huh.
and our audience.
Oh,
Well,
Really?
you've heard about her, and now here she is, my girlfriend, Kellyanne.
okay. Well, Kellyanne, nice to meet you, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Billy. Nice to be here.
Ray, she's pretty. Kellyanne, are you legally blind?
Huh? No. Why?
Never mind.
Okay. Kellyanne's, she's from a little town in Kansas.
Oh, yeah? Does this town have a name?
Well, yeah, it's called Elmira Gulch.
Elmira. That's interesting. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, if I had half a brain and the courage to figure that out, I bet I could get to the heart of the matter.
So, Kellyanne, what do you do for a living?
Oh, she's in HR. Billy, it's really weird. She's on call 24/7, and she gets these calls to come into the office at the weirdest times. I tell you, man, I don't know of too many offices that are open 24 hours a day, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, I've been asking myself the same question since we started the show.
Oh, thanks. Hey, hey, she's amazing. She tells me what a great cook she is. She said she said she likes S&M, Spanish and Mexican. Hey, man, and who doesn't like a burrito now and then?
Wait, Ray, I don't think she's talking about.
Yeah, I can't wait for a taco or two, man.
Oh, sweetie, there's just one taco you need.
Oh, whoa! It's getting kind of uncomfortable, a little hot in here.
Well, I know how much Ray likes tools. So I went to the store and I bought a few for him. I went to the big box store. I got some tiny little clamps, some zip ties, some really sticky tape, and they're waterproof and all.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
welcome.
wish I had a camera for this.
Did you say something?
No, me, no. Um. So, Kellyanne, do you have any hobbies?
Well, yeah, I'm an equestrian.
Oh yeah, Billy Kellyanne has all the gear, man. She's. I'm telling you, she showed me her chaps. She's got spurs, stirrups, riding whip. She's really into black leather too.
I'm not surprised. What kind of horse do you have, Kellyanne?
Well, who said I had a horse?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Kellyanne's into music like we are, Billy.
Oh, yeah. You like music, Kellyanne?
Oh yeah, music is a big part of my life. It can have such an effect on emotions and how we relate to one another.
Oh, so being from Kansas, I'm guessing that "Carry On My Wayward Son" is like your favorite song. Right?
Love that song, but no, actually, my favorite song is "Cruel to Be Kind" by Nick Lowe.
Oh, I see. Ray, I talked to you on the side for a minute.
Billy, you better stop right there.
Oh, sure, Billy. What do you want to talk about?
Never mind.
You talk about hobbies. Kellyanne is fluent in French. Yeah, say something, honey.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. Say that thing you said last night.
Okay, here goes. Ho ho ho! Even the French people are jealous of my amazing accent. I know Ray's really impressed. Hey, Billy, are you impressed?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Kellyanne keeps talking about this man cave she has, how much time she spends in there. Man cave, man cave, man. She keeps telling me how
Yep.
much I'm going to enjoy being in her man cave.
hmm
I'm like, Billy, do you think it's odd that a woman has a man cave?
Nope, not really.
Well,
Not
even
really.
girls need a dungeon. I mean a hideout to escape to, right?
Isn't she adorable?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Ray, how's your pain threshold?
Mine?
Yeah.
I can tolerate a lot.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, and Kellyanne, she has the cutest dog. What's his name again, honey? Toto?
It's Fro Fro.
Oh, I'm just going to venture, I guess, that it's just a big ball of black fur.
Billy, how did you know?
It's just a hunch. So how did you two meet?
Well, I had a profile on Match, and Ray came along and he said hi. He told me he was like a train wreck and that I just couldn't look away from him. And I thought that was so adorable. And so I answered back, and the rest is history.
Are you on any other sites?
Yeah, I'm on a Facebook page. It's dedicated to that 80s singer Sade. A guy named Marky D runs it.
I see. So, wait, Marquis de Chardet. Is that? That sounds familiar. Do I have that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Ray, I really need to talk to you.
No, you don't, Billy.
Huh. So, what do you two lovebirds have planned for the future?
Well, Kellyanne's like really into leather.
Not
So we're going
surprised.
to the men's shop later to find some accessories. Should be fun.
Yeah. Hold that thought.
Oh, I just love a man in leather. I could eat him all up.
See the cutest thing?
Sure. Cute's a word.
Well, guys, it's been really fun being on the show, but I gotta skedaddle. Honey, I'll see you later at the men's store. Billy, take care and remember, loose lips sink ships.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, goodbye, honey. I'll see you later.
Bye, honey.
All right. Bye.
Wow.
Yeah. She's so patriotic.
Yeah, whatever you say. Pull Yourself to Pieces will now give you about 30 seconds of silence in order to get our dead air out of the way and to have a smooth flowing show. Here we go.
For the 68th time, did you mute the mics?
Oh my gosh. You're going to make me go through my whole thing.
That's not an answer. You do this every time. It's simple yes or no. It's like if I asked you, "Did you wipe yourself this morning?" It's a yes or no answer.
I have to think about that one.
Oh, geez.
No, but as far as the microphones,
I'm
positively.
yeah, I'm glad you're on that side of the studio.
Absolutely,
Yeah? Are you
positively,
sure?
yes.
Okay. All right.
Undeniably.
All right. It's enough. I get it. Yeah.
Ray,
Yeah.
what are you wearing?
It's called a kilt, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You've never what? You've never seen one before?
I have, but what are you doing with that? And do you have the whole
Yes.
thing going on there?
That's these are bagpipes.
Yeah.
You want to hear them?
No.
I
Well,
don't.
do I have a choice?
Well, maybe. I haven't learned how to play them yet.
Why? Why
Uh,
do you have that?
well, I took one of those 23andMe, ancestor things,
Uh-oh.
and apparently I'm 5% Scottish, which means you're 5% Scottish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, 5%. So apparently some Italian, either from Sicily or Calabria, ended up in Scotland and, had some fun with one of our relatives down the line. So, yeah. So I thought,
Wow.
hey, get back to my roots, right?
Well, 5% of your roots, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I am,
Bill, you know me, Bill, I just dive right in, so
well,
yeah.
I know
What?
traditionally that kilt is.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on under there?
Yeah, I have a plaid Speedo on.
Oh,
You wanna see it?
no.
Oh, you
I don't want
sure?
to see. No, I don't want to see that.
It's really
Don't show me
nice.
that. Don't show me that.
Oh, come on. Just
I
take
don't.
a peek.
I don't want to see
Alright,
that.
never mind, fine.
What's that you have in your hand?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
This is the family crest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Loch Ness monster holding a pepperoni pizza.
Oh, I think we got to get back.
All right, we gotta
Oh
get
my
back.
God.
All
Oh
right.
my
All right,
God.
let's get back.
All
Fine.
right.
All right.
Thank you. Please wait for assistance.
And we're back here in the studio again.
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
I took the kilt off.
Yeah. Well, you put something else on, right?
Oh, no. Oh,
I don't want to
crap.
look over there.
Oh, I forgot. Let me go grab a bath.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna talk about?
God. Oh,
What
right now I can't even think about it after seeing that.
it's that bad?
Well, yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen you in a Speedo in almost 10 years.
I know.
And even then it's been hard to
I
forget.
know, right? When I showed up as the pizza guy with the while you were making that movie and I had the
Yeah.
Speedo on.
Now you ruined pizza, now you also ruined pepperoni. That's
Oh,
great.
man. Well, I have that way about me.
That was okay. Well,
All right. How's
yeah.
this? Is this better?
Okay. Yeah. So before we went on the break,
Yes.
you had brought up about Robin Williams, and it was
Yes.
it was perfect because I wanted to talk about stand-up comics.
Okay.
And this all started, believe it or not, this just came to me this morning because I had this crazy dream last night. This is all true.
Oh boy.
And I had this crazy dream last night, right? I when I had one of those nights as usual. Like I woke up like 6:00 in the morning, and then it was too early for me yet, so I went back to sleep. And that's when you have
Yeah.
those lucid dreams, where
Right.
it really feels like it's a real dream.
Yes.
I had this dream that I'm at a comedy club, right? But it's a weird comedy club. We're like on a hill. It was like Lion King, and they're like throwing us out there. It's like we're on the edge. It was really bizarre. We're looking down
Okay.
at the whole crowd,
Yeah.
and and the
Who-
guy is like, they're expecting me to do this
You?
act.
You?
Yeah, right.
You-
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
no wonder you'd have a nightmare.
right,
That's-
and even in the dream, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm
No.
not comfortable with this.
No.
And supposedly I knew these 3 jokes, and I can't remember them now anymore. But they were like these 3, and they were like stupid jokes. Like
Henny Youngman,
everybody knew that.
Henny
Yeah,
Youngman?
exactly. Those kind of ridiculous jokes, right?
Okay.
And that's what I had to do. And I'm getting up there, and then they're like, I finally started to say something, and I'm saying, and I was more like preaching. I wasn't even like being funny. I was saying like, this great comedy club that has the carries, and I'm like, and then in my mind I'm saying carries, and I'm like, what did that mean? And it meant like, it meant like Drew Carey, and it meant Jim Carrey.
No. That's when a woman gets covered in goat blood and freaks out. The carries. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So did you like freak out and open and close doors and throw people against the wall and
I woke up.
oh, you woke up.
I
Oh,
woke up.
okay.
Okay. And I don't know if we've ever discussed, I think we have discussed it in one of the shows, that you've done stand up.
I have.
Right. And
Yes.
I got to tell you,
Yeah.
this is where it's like I woke up and I was like, wow, stand up comedy, I don't have the guts for it.
Oh,
and
okay.
there's a lot of skills. I think there's a
Yes.
lot of things you got to be able to do to be a stand-up comic.
Yeah. Like
And
ignore the crowd when they don't laugh. Um, don't let it get to you.
yeah,
Don't let it get
right,
to you.
right, 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 right,
You can't
right,
freeze up. You have to just plow through.
right. Resilient. You got
Yes.
to be resilient.
Yes.
Right, right. You got to have. See, I mean, you got a sense of humor. We both have a sense of humor.
Yes.
You can write stuff. I know you
Yes.
had written material.
Yes.
When you went and did stand up, did you actually do it like, did you kind of stay to your script or did you kind of
I
go off a
Billy,
little bit?
I didn't have a script. I made it up there on the spot.
Really?
And all I thought about was you, mom, dad,
Right.
and that was my whole
Right.
act. I talked about the family.
Ah. You know what? One of your biggest things is how you're able to do it, and it's why you can go and do karaoke and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You got confidence.
Yes, I do.
You do. A little bit
Yes.
overconfident, but
Yes,
you
I
got
am.
confidence. But
True.
my confidence, as I've told you, I may have said on the show, but mine goes up and down. It's like, it's like a camel back,
Well, you're a natural introvert, so yeah, that's gonna wreak havoc with your psyche.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about me when I'm up there. I'm thinking about who's looking at me. Oh, is
Oh,
my fly open?
no,
Do I
no,
sound funny? They're looking at my hair that I
no.
don't have anymore.
Yes.
It's all these things. I'm too self aware. Now, obviously, self aware would probably be a good thing for a comic if you think about it.
To a point,
True.
you really need to focus on the audience, their feedback, and your material. You can't just dwell on, "Oh, I'm up here, aren't I wonderful? Yay!" You've got
Right.
to focus on doing your presentation and being funny.
Did anybody talk to you when you were done? Did they tell you, "Hey, you did a great job"? I
No,
mean,
it was open mic night,
gotcha.
and I was the only guy that got up and do stand up. Mostly, it was bad musicians and bad poetry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it was. Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, open mic night, 10 minutes of a routine that I just threw together. Just
You
threw
never
it
did
together.
again?
No, I haven't done it since.
Oh.
So it was one time, and it
Did
was on probably the worst night of my life at the same time.
Oh, really?
It was
Oh,
the
this
worst
opens
night.
up. I gotta ask the question.
Well,
Why was it the worst? Can you talk about it or
it
no?
was the night of the first day that I moved out and ended my marriage.
Oh, that wouldn't be much of a
2003.
much of a comedy, scene,
2003,
is it?
and I was sitting alone in
Wow.
my apartment, and it was
Right.
the first night, and I'm looking, at the wall where my TV would be, and it wasn't there yet, and I decided I didn't want a TV, so I gave up television. I'm thinking, "You know what? I'm just gonna go out." So I was living in Charlottesville, and I ended up going to what's called The Corner, which is where all the, college kids hang out, and, here I am, how old am I? 45 or whatever.
Sure.
And I walk into this bar and it was open mic night. And I'm like, I'm sitting at the bar and I'm really down. I'm depressed. I'm happy and I'm depressed and down at the same time because my marriage just ended, but I'm now
Sure.
free. I'm a bachelor, but I'm alone. And the
A
facing
lot of
the
emotions, yeah.
a lot of
A
emotion.
lot of
And I
emotions.
thought, you know what? I'm just gonna do a comedy act. And I went, well, what am I gonna talk
Right.
about?
Screw it.
And the first thing that popped into my head was my family. So I just threw something together in my head. I just grabbed a whole bunch of different things from real events,
Right.
and I had it I was just going to wing it, and I got up there, and I was actually quite good. I got a lot of laughs,
Do you remember how
and
long you were up there for? Did you make it about
probably
10 minutes?
a good 8 minutes at
Okay,
least.
not bad.
Yeah, good 8 minutes.
Hey, you could have been on the Tonight Show.
Talking about what it's like to be Italian, how
Right.
Italians make love, how they talk with their hands. I talked about my sister Paula. I talked about you. I talked about mom and dad. How you never wanted to be in the back seat with those two because there was the constant fighting. Frank, slow down. Frank, you're too close. Oh, boop, shut up. I know what I'm doing. And it was that. It was recalling all the wacky, stupid crap that my parents did,
Right.
and that was it. And so I just put a funny spin on it, and it was great. I had a blast.
Do you think you'd want to do it again?
I would love to. If I could sit down and write 10 solid minutes of really good, funny material, I would absolutely do it again.
Man, I wish I could get the guts to do it. I just, it made me start to think about comics, through my life that I've seen. You know what I mean? The
Right.
ones that I thought were great. And probably my favorite, I bet you and I have have a favorite. I mean, I'll give you a couple of names. Okay. I'll give you some of the top names that I remember. I mean, this is like, of all time, although, I haven't listened to,
I got it.
right,
All time.
but I'm going to give you 5 names and let's see if you come up with the top.
I'll give you my opinion. I'll
Right.
tell you
Okay.
what I think their
Right.
strong
Here's
suit.
the top 5 off, putting them together. Okay.
Okay, go.
Steve Martin, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor, of course, and George Carlin, of course. All
Okay,
right.
you got 3 different sets of comics. 3
Yeah.
different sets. You can basically take Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and basically combine them into one. Their acts were
Interesting.
very, very similar.
Yeah, that's true.
Raunchy, a lot
Yeah.
of expletives, but I mean, really, really true to the
Yeah.
point where
Yeah.
it wasn't really
Especially
comedy.
Pryor.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah,
I
especially
mean,
Pryor.
he talked about his demons a lot like Robin Williams did,
Mm-hmm.
but Robin Williams wasn't as urban, let's say, with his delivery, and wasn't as raw. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
Eddie Murphy had a whole comedy thing night called Raw. Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy
no.
Raw.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty. It was
It
pretty.
was
It was
pretty raw.
It's pretty
Yeah.
rough. Yeah, I thought it
All right.
was.
And then you got Robin Williams, who is basically stream of consciousness, who basically, again, it's a lot of social things that he sees and he comments on, but ridiculous funny, and he just
Yeah.
jumps from
Oh,
topic
the
to
man
topic
was
to topic.
improv, like
Yeah. Yes.
improv genius. I mean,
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah.
And I
George
like that
Carlin.
he did.
Yeah.
I like that he would be like, kind of like, emotionally all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you never got this whole thing of like him being like really totally confident. There'd be vulnerability up there.
Yeah.
He would do he would get really strange, as they all do. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, there would be a lot of like, like fantasy kind of comedy. I don't know other way to
Yeah.
explain it.
Right.
That like,
But-
what if odd things, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
and the other thing was a lot of it was inside jokes that if you didn't know the content, you didn't get the joke.
yeah.
So
And
a
he's
lot of it
rapid
was,
fire too.
yeah. Oh, wait a minute. You talking about Richard Pryor?
No, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, all these guys, yeah, rapid fire, all these guys,
fire,
geniuses. But your favorite?
Well, I would have to say it would have to be my favorite would be Robin Williams first,
Really?
then George Carlin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then Eddie Murphy, then Richard Pryor, and then Steve Martin. Steve
Okay.
Martin kind of reminded me a lot of Jerry Lewis,
Yes.
zany.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of
Yes,
sight
yes.
gags, sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the only one in on the joke sometimes. But funny. I mean, if you watched him on early SNL episodes, he was hysterical.
Hysterical. Oh, definitely.
He was
I think
absolutely hysterical.
I think my list of 5 is pretty much exactly what you said. I would swap George Carlin and Robin Williams. I'd have
Yeah.
George Carlin first. I think George Carlin was. I think the thing about George Carlin, there's a lot of different things about him, but he would cover things that it seemed like or no one else would cover.
Yeah. Well, yes, right.
He would tackle real controversial stuff. And he never stopped doing that. He kept doing that all the way through.
Right.
Yeah, it's something, man. When you start thinking about it, like that dream made me think about it. It made me think about like to get up there, to have the courage to get up there is one thing, right? Just to be able to get up
Right.
there and what you can do. I can't. I mean, could I be coaxed? It depends. Would money make me go? Like if someone
Yeah,
said,
right.
right, I start to wonder like how much money, it may not be that much money for me to get up there,
Yeah.
but if you really bomb, right?
Yeah.
What does that do to your ego?
You just
And
pick
would you ever want to
yourself
do
up.
it again?
No, you just pick yourself up and you think about, better material or change in material. I mean, look, if you're getting feedback from the audience and they don't like you bomb because they don't like your material, then throw it away and start over.
Yeah.
There's no point in running with the
Right, right,
same
right.
crap with
Right.
a new crowd. You're gonna get the same. You're gonna get the
Right.
same response.
Right.
You know, it's time
That's also, it's not just having your material. You got to be able to be able to throw away your material at any given moment and be
Yes.
able to shift with the way the crowd is going.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, I just compiled a list of what I considered funny comedians, and my list is slightly different from yours.
Now comedians. Now we're not
Stand-up comedy.
Oh, stand-up comic.
These are all stand-up comedians. Okay, he's no longer with us, but Mitch Hedberg was absolutely ridiculously funny.
I don't remember. Okay.
Mitch Hedberg. Okay, Mitch
Okay.
Hedberg and Stephen Wright. And Stephen
Oh,
Wright.
Stephen Wright. Yeah. Is
Stephen
he around
Wright-
still? He's
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But those two guys had
Yeah.
very similar deliveries and very similar material.
Yeah.
You know, wacky stuff that just makes you think, "Oh my God, I never thought of that."
Right.
Okay, there's a woman that has been around for a long time, and she's ridiculous funny. If you ever caught her act, Elaine Boozler.
Oh yeah, of course.
She was one of the first original comedians, you know, in the vein of like Toady Fields and Phyllis Diller, you know, the classics. She's been around since the 70s. And she's
really?
Yeah, she's still around. She's still doing I think last year I caught one of a comedy thing she did. I think it was called Live Nude Girls.
She's still around, huh?
Still
Wow.
around.
Good
And
for her.
she's, you know, she had a great act. I was laughing.
Right.
And then last but not least is probably one of the funniest guys on the planet, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh yeah.
That guy was ridiculous funny.
Yeah.
And mostly self-deprecating. You know, most of
Yes,
the
right,
jokes were,
exactly.
most of the jokes were about, you know, him being either ugly or whatever. You know, one of his favorite jokes is he goes, "Yeah, I heard oh man, forget it.
You can't remember
Out of my head. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I think about how many of them, you know, started out in stand up and then went to movies like Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
I think Jim Carrey did stand up. I
Of
think
course
he did.
Yes, he
did. Right? Yeah.
Well,
right?
he was on In Living Color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But he did.
Did Bill Murray ever do stand up? I'm not sure if he did.
Yes, he did.
But I'm thinking about guys that ended up being in films, like, you know, our funniest guys that we've had. You know,
well, I don't know if you,
again.
I know you're not crazy about his comedy, but Andrew Dice Clay was actually pretty funny. But
it's sometimes it's a little tough to take. I know you say it was an act, but
it was
even
if
it's an act, it's still just kind of tough to listen to.
Well, it produced douche chills. Basically,
it's no different than last night. I'm flipping through the channels, right, and I came upon Police Academy and Police Academy 2.
Right.
And went into them, and I'm like, it's really so sexist and oh my God, and racist, and it was painful to watch. You know, that I thought it was hysterical, you know, 30, 40 years ago, almost that long now. And I just, you know, don't feel the same anymore. You know, when there's gratuitous sex scenes and it's, you know, it's just
try watching Blazing Saddles today.
I know.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So there was a show with Jamie Lee Curtis where she works at a newspaper, and the guy that was there was comedian Richard.
That was Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis and the Richard. What was the guy's name?
Yeah, I think he's actually got some kind of illness right now.
He played the king in Men in Tights.
He's got some kind of illness these days.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
I saw him in concert at the Westbury Music Fair. You know, he had a night of comedy, and he was actually pretty funny. His stand-up routine was pretty funny because he's always walking around, you know, like he's kvetching. You know, he's always talking about all the problems that he has, and you know, he talks about, you know, being in his own head, and he just talks about a lot of inner struggles, and it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know that guy had any physical problems going on now.
His name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think
Richard,
of it.
Can't think of his name.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's gonna come after.
Anyhow,
whatever. Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. I was thinking about, you know, I know we did a show where you and I talked about comedy.
But
I don't remember if we actually talked about what our favorite comedies were, or did we?
We might not have.
Well, if I give you a couple of movies.
Yeah. Give me a couple of movies.
All right, I'll give you a couple of movies. And I'm going to go from, you know, all the way back.
Okay.
Right?
I'm old.
I mean, because pretty much, I mean, look, I mean, you and I, well, look, we can go way back.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't, you know,
half our audience is going to know what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, you and I, you know, we we both like the Marx Brothers stuff, and it's just
Oh,
it's
gosh,
it's
yes.
100 years old now. How weird is
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Some of it, right?
Yes.
100 years
Yes.
old.
Yes.
You know,
1920,
almost 100. I'm sorry, 1929. I think was
1925 was when the
no. I think it's 29.
no, it
Was
was
the first
25.
one. Are you sure about that?
You might be right.
25. They may not have been
it was
doing any
the Coconuts.
sound movies yet.
The Coconuts.
The Coconuts, I think, was the first. I think it was
Yep.
29. I think, or maybe 30, something like
Richard
that.
Lewis. That's it. Richard
Right.
Lewis was
Richard
the guy.
Lewis. There you go.
Richard Lewis.
It's popped in. Bink.
No, I had help. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we don't go back that far, right?
Yeah.
Don't go back to that. I mean, I love the Marx Brothers,
right.
and there's here you and I have talked about our Martin Lewis and our Abbott and Costello, you
Right.
know,
Oh,
our
gosh.
here's our
Yes.
likes, here's and theirs from that whole time.
Yes.
But if we start with more like the 70s and up,
All right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to say one of the funniest movies, and we did talk about this, would have to be Young Frankenstein.
Oh, without a
And
doubt.
also in the 70s would have to be Monty Python and Holy Grail.
Yes.
Probably the two funniest movies for me out of the whole 70s. 80s, there's a bunch. There's going to be,
Yeah.
I think Airplane was right in the beginning of 80.
Yeah.
The first Airplane, I remember being in tears. I mean,
Yes.
about movies where I just laughed so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Airplane
Yes.
would have to be.
Airplane. Then
You
you've got
know?
Better Off Dead.
Yes, Better Off Dead.
A very funny movie.
And I know we've talked. I don't feel like we've talked about it, but like, you know, Ghostbusters is funny, but it's never been really hilarious funny.
No, it's not hilarious funny.
Actually,
no.
you know what? Believe it or not, like Stripes is actually more funnier than it.
Stripes is funnier than that. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
You know, but
Yes.
the 80s had a lot. The 80s had the 80s had. I mean, I'm not going to say like hysterical, but you had Caddyshack, right? You had Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap is
There you go.
hilarious.
That is hilarious. Yes.
You know.
If you like sophisticated satirical humor, yes.
Yes.
But
Well,
if
speaking of that,
Yeah.
now you jump into the 90s, and I think you and I have talked about this, The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's sophisticated stuff of humor.
All right. And now you're getting into my realm of the indie films, the little quirky
Right,
indie
Wes
films,
Anderson stuff.
Wes Anderson stuff.
And where the Coen brothers will do humorous
Yeah,
stuff.
the
Right.
Coen brothers.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
When they do humorous stuff, right.
Oh, brother, where art thou? What a
Right.
ridiculously funny movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
No, I know you like that stuff. I'm like,
Fargo was a funny movie, even though it's bloody. It was still funny.
oh, I don't see that.
Oh my gosh, yes, Fargo was
It's the
ridiculously
dark
funny.
comedy thing that you like. You
Yeah,
like
well,
dark comedy.
I
right,
do.
but
I
you-
love dark
right,
comedy. Yes.
Right. The darkest comedy that I'm gonna like is gonna be like, you know, Holy Grail, and it's not even dark comedy.
It's not even dark. No.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, my favorite out of all those, I guess, that's tough. I don't know. Maybe for another show. I can't think about it.
Another show.
You know what
All
we
right.
did miss out of all those? I did miss. It's a black and white movie from the 50s, the late 50s. It's still hilarious. I recently started watching it. You know what I'm talking about too.
No. What
Tony
movie?
Curtis, Jack Lemmon.
Oh, Some Like It Hot.
Yeah, that is still one of the
Yes.
funniest movies
It
ever.
is.
It really is, and really well done. Really
Bachelor
well done.
Party was a funny movie.
Oh yeah. Oh
With
yeah.
Tom
Well,
Hanks.
yeah, but and you know what? And then I'm not a huge fan of them, but then you got like, you know, the things that tried to try to replicate that was like Hangover and Bridesmaids.
Yes,
Those movies
yes.
like tried to replicate that, and they were
Right.
they're funny, you know,
Right.
but you know, it's just I don't know,
Yeah.
not the same. But
All right.
anyway,
Have
yeah,
we
we've been talking for a while. We need to
Have we beat this horse to death?
we need to take a break. You got
Okay.
something you want to talk about when we get back?
Yeah, I got something quick to talk
You
about.
got
when we
something
get
quick
back.
to talk back?
And
All
then
right.
we'll do a Looney Laws. Yay.
Yeah, we'll do Looney Laws. That's
Yay.
right. We got to do that. All right.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Are you a dog lover? If you are, then you know there is nothing more rewarding than taking your pet out for a walk. And that is the time when they will generally relieve themselves. Now comes the tricky part. As a good citizen, you don't want to leave your pet's gift where others can step in it, but you are helpless at how to remove it. Introducing Poop Purse, a Michael Kors knockoff that looks like a purse but is actually a plastic-lined place to put your pet's poop. Just open it up and drop it in. You can carry it around for hours with no one knowing what's inside. Be fashionable and courteous at the same time. Scoop sold separately. find the poop purse in overpriced stores that sell useless junk. So Will, there's I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but
Oh
I don't want
God.
I don't want to scare you,
Yeah.
but there is a new millipede species that's been discovered crawling under Los Angeles.
Wait a minute.
I'm
A
not kidding.
millipede
I'm not kidding.
that's crawling under Los
Right.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Is it the size of Godzilla? What about? Why am I?
No, it's actually quite small, believe it or
Oh,
not. It's
and I should be
it
worried about this?
well it burrows under the ground about 4 inches. It secretes unusual chemicals and it's blind, like some people I know. It has some horn-like antennas protruding from its head, and this is the really cool thing. You ready? If you
Oh,
look at it, no, this is the really cool thing. If you look at it under a microscope, this millipede has 486 legs, and really loves the beginning of a chorus line because it starts to kick like a kick line. So I just wanted to let you know that that's what's going on in Los Angeles and in Florida. You know where Florida is, right?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
penis of the United States, the penis.
Right.
Okay, that big giant thing. Well, talk about penis. Well, manatees are like the weirdest looking creatures on the earth. Okay, they look like
Manatees. Which ones are those again?
the manatees. They look like a seal and an elephant had sex. They're
That's
very,
a
very
visual.
they're very, very docile unless one gets it in his mind that he wants to have sex with another, and that other is of the male species, and it's actually his brother at the same time.
Okay. Wow.
So Hugh, as in Hugh, the manatee, recently died when a
Oh.
14.5 centimeter rip of his colon was
Oh.
caused by a sexual encounter with another manatee, Buffet, who is also his brother. So
Whoa, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa,
like
whoa, whoa. Wait
that
a
would be
minute.
like
Wait.
me jumping on the back of you and giving you all of little Ray and then blowing your colon out and you die. So get
What do I say to that?
get a sexual picture of that in your head, huh? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So there is
what was the
there
name of the
is
other one?
there's Hugh was the one that died, and the other male manatee's name was Buffet, Buffett.
Buffet was the one
Right.
who. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So what you've got going
Wow.
on in Florida is you have homosexual, incestual murder going on in Florida from manatees. And that's all I have to say about that. So, shall we move on with the show?
Yeah. Let's move on
right.
with the show.
What's next?
I'm not going to Florida,
No,
but we are going to go to another
Yeah.
state.
Where are we going, Bill?
Well, I can't tell you yet, but I'll tell you when we come back,
Oh, we're going to come back? Okay,
and
fine.
maybe we'll invite
Kellyanne?
Kellyanne.
All right, that'll be fun.
We'll be right back with Looney Laws right after this.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Please wait for assistance.
It's time for Looney Laws of the Land.
And we're back here with another edition of Looney Laws of the Land.
Hey.
And Ray, we got Ray and I here, and we have Kellyanne
Kellyanne's
joining
here, my
us.
girlfriend.
That's right,
Yeah.
she's joining us here.
Hi.
Hi.
And Kellyanne is not from the state that we're going to be talking about. And what state is that, Bill?
We are going to Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
I know somebody from that state.
Do you?
So do I.
I don't like her.
I don't know anybody.
Me either.
Rhode Island, not to be confused with Long Island. And
Why would that be confused with Rhode? You know, there's a lot of islands everywhere. Especially
there's the Virgin Islands that has nothing but virgins on it. There's the Hawaiian Islands that's just full of pineapple. There's 1,000 Island, like that's dressing. You know, if you like,
wow.
stuff on your lettuce.
What's going to be on Block Island?
Blocks, like Lego blocks. And you don't want to step on those things. Trust me.
Oh, that does hurt, don't they?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I don't have any. But yeah.
Yeah, but if you step on that without any shoes on, it does hurt.
Yeah, it's what I heard.
All right, so we're going to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
and
these laws are still
Oh,
on the
yeah.
books in Rhode Island, correct?
Sure. Let's we'll explain it to the audience out there that doesn't listen to the show.
Yeah.
That might just be tuning in for the first time. Why would they
Yes.
do that? I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
let's say they're listening and they're like, "What's this now?" And we're going to say these are laws that are apparently still on the books in this particular state, but doesn't mean we don't know for sure how it's enforced or
Right.
how much it's enforced. But
Right, but they're still there, still
They're
on
still
the
there.
books.
including this law, which
Okay, go.
is apparently
Yeah.
it is illegal to throw pickle juice on a trolley. Throwing pickle juice onto a trolley
Huh.
in Rhode Island. Yeah.
Hmm.
On the trolley. Not so much the people on the trolley, just the trolley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pickle juice.
Yeah. Throwing it on the trolley, which is
Okay.
probably going to get on people.
Yeah. You would think.
Yeah,
Why
but
pickle
if
juice?
if it's a hot day, that could really start smelling.
Or
Oh, yeah.
or cool you off. It could be a welcome splash. Who knows?
I'd have more fun just throwing pickles at people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be,
They'd be
that-
good to throw people.
That
at
would be
people.
weird, Bill.
Throw my pickle around.
Yeah, throw my pickle around.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So apparently it is illegal in I never knew that Rhode Island was called the Ocean State.
Why is it called the Ocean State?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to go look that up, but it's
isn't
called
it
the Ocean.
landlocked?
Well, I don't know about that. It's
Uh,
kind of like broken up. It looks like it was, and then it's kind of like separated. It like
Oh.
kind of,
I don't know.
it fell into the ocean.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. So apparently,
Yes.
okay, this is scary because I don't know how a person's going to do this. Intentionally biting off someone's limb is illegal.
What if you haven't eaten in a couple of weeks and some guy walks by and you go, "Ooh, lunch"? That's
I'm
not good.
guessing they're talking about people too, right? I mean,
People,
you know,
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what other animals are going to. Well,
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, there's probably there could be. I don't know what's in Rhode Island.
I don't know. I've never been there. Well, actually, I've driven
I've
through
been there.
Rhode Island. I've driven through Rhode Island to get to Maine. That much I know.
I've got it. Maybe the pickle juice that lands on people make other people really hungry
Oh,
for a big giant pickle that looks like a leg.
or
And
an
then
arm.
they were getting in trouble, so they made those two laws together.
Is everything that hangs a limb?
I don't know. It
Because-
says
Yes, it
limb.
is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so
It's
then
an
if anything that hangs
extremity.
any
Yeah.
extremity. So then a pickle juice on a pickle, if you know what I mean.
Stop. Now you,
Okay.
Oh,
It's a family show, Bill.
hey, honey, do we have any pickles?
No, no pickles for you. 1 year.
Oh,
All right.
1 year.
All right. What else you got?
Yeah, apparently it's illegal to string rope lower than 14 feet across a highway in this state.
Well, yeah.
That sounds like a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner thing.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
It's like an Acme rope across
Yeah.
the highway.
Yeah, because I believe that's probably the maximum height for most semi trucks. So any
Oh, really?
any lower than any lower than that, and you're going to lasso a semi, and you don't want to lasso one of those things going 70 miles an hour.
Or maybe Tom Cruise is on the top like he usually is, and it would get
true. Yeah.
scraped up.
Yeah, yeah. Cut off at the knees with that rope. Yeah, that
Oh,
wouldn't be good.
wow. Oh,
No.
that's crazy.
It's a good law. I like it.
Oh,
Yeah. Good
man.
law. Good law. Kellyanne says it's a good
You
law.
go fast enough, that could cut your head right off.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to do that.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Wow. So speaking of the highway,
Yeah.
apparently
Yeah.
it is illegal to ride a horse on the highway just to get its speed, just to test for its speed.
Oh,
I guess you can ride the horse on the highway if you're not doing a speed test.
that doesn't sound.
And how do you do a speed test?
Well,
How do
wouldn't
do
you want the horse to go fast on the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because if we're on a highway,
Yeah.
how fast can a horse run?
45 miles an hour.
So he's in the slow lane.
He's in the slow lane. Yeah, he's driving like a little Jewish lady in Florida. Yeah,
Oh
Right.
my God.
Just knuckles and a sensible hairdo.
that's it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain places, maybe Rhode Island, maybe some other states that have a horse lane.
Yeah.
Can you
Well,
imagine that?
Huh.
It all depends on if there are wild horses in that state.
Hmm.
Well,
I
who's
have no-
going to control just the wild horse if it's wild?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be like a white Bronco chase. I
Yeah,
get
right.
it.
A white
Yeah.
Bronco chase. Oh, I get it. Horse Bronco. Boy,
Yeah.
isn't she adorable?
I'll be here all week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think someone else needs some taming.
All right.
Okay, so apparently,
Yeah.
with the exception of hockey and ice polo, professional sports, you need a special license to play on Sundays.
Oh, really?
That must suck for like football games, and because
A
they're almost
license-
always on Sundays.
A license to play sports on Sundays now.
Yeah,
Because
professional
who
sports.
are you hurting if you play these sports
I don't
without a
know.
license?
It probably goes back to how
What?
Sundays, well, traditionally go way back, and even you we can remember this. We're all mature adults. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't say matured, aged.
Yeah.
All right, like
Yeah.
cheese. We
couldn't
we
buy
can
alcohol
we can
on
remember
Sundays.
we can remember when Sundays were like ghost town, right? I mean, gas stations were closed, stores were closed.
No.
What?
No, you're
No.
wrong. No.
It was a day of rest, except for
Yeah.
I
Rhode
don't
Island.
remember-
Rhode Island is
I-
cold, and they can play ice hockey apparently.
No, I don't
without a
remember a lot of
license.
stores being closed on Sundays. I
Are
don't.
you serious?
I remember some stores being closed, but not all. No.
I
don't-
remember even 7-Eleven would just go
No.
7-Eleven.
Oh no, never.
That's what. Yes, that was called 7-Eleven. What happened to you?
No.
Oh
They
my
were
God.
open from 7 in the morning
Something-
to 11 at night.
Right.
But
Right.
7 days a week. They weren't closed on Sundays.
I'm telling you, a lot of places were closed on Sunday.
I don't think so.
They were. Look
Okay.
it up.
All right.
Look it up.
All right. What else you got?
Apparently, there's a law requiring loud noises to be made whenever you're passing someone on the left.
All right,
loud
I like
noises?
that one.
Like, get the F out of the way. It's like something like that.
Auga.
Right.
Ah. Oh my God! Loud noises when you. Well, that's what the horn is for, right?
Well, you know how you yell at cows when you're driving by
Yeah,
them, and
right.
you try to make them look up by yelling
Yeah.
"moo." Maybe you do that to some other cars too.
Okay. All right.
Moo.
Yeah, you never
do you-
know; they might look.
Do you ever wonder if the cow looks at another cow and goes, "Hey, how is that cow driving that car out there?"
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. What
All
else
right.
you got?
Speaking of the road,
Yeah.
apparently in Rhode Island, it's against the law to coast downhill in neutral.
Well,
Oh, sucks to be them because with my stick shift, I do that all the time.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Really? You guys just ride in neutral?
Yeah, sometimes if I want to
My stick shift, yeah. If I don't want to mess
Yeah.
with
I'm
it,
like afraid because
If it's
I'm
a
like,
big hill, and I can keep up speed, I'm going to put it in neutral and go and slide down. Yeah.
nobody wants to ride the clutch.
we're talking about. Oh, okay. We're talking about a car that's got the shifter, not
No,
like.
I have
you
it.
know.
I have it automatic. I'll put it in neutral, and I'll just
I am so afraid
so afraid of
to
what?
be driving a car that's
Yeah.
automatic, right?
Yeah,
And then to hit the neutral because I'm just
Yeah.
thinking like if I accidentally went a little bit too far
you can't.
and I. Oh, you
won't.
can't.
You can't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. You'd
I
have
hope
to
you're
be
right
a
about that,
total
'cause I looked
idiot
that one up.
to throw.
Wait
that
a minute. You
thing
said
into
total
reverse.
idiot. Okay. Well, I'm. How about a partial idiot?
All right. In your case, okay, I see.
All
I
right.
see your
Okay.
problem.
I don't want to see.
Yeah,
the,
but I
know,
have-
I don't
I
want
have
the.
an
I don't want to see the engine or
No, I have an automatic, and I'll throw it in neutral
Fine.
sometimes.
Yeah, mine's a
Really?
stick shift, and I throw it neutral all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to ride the clutch.
No.
Got it.
But the reason it's a law not to do that is, what if somebody all of a sudden cuts in front of you, and you either need to get out of the
Oh,
way quickly.
right.
You're in
right,
neutral,
right,
so you hit that gas pedal, and all that happens is your engine revs to 11,000 RPM, and you blow your engine. That's the reason why they don't like you driving in neutral, for emergency maneuvers.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right.
that's the reason.
All right.
So
okay.
that's actually a good law, but you know what? Again, it infringes on our personal freedoms.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yep.
So those old movies where the guy would be like I challenge you and pull out the
Do a
guns.
duel, slaps him with
Yeah.
his-
So
with his-
apparently
Yeah.
in Rhode Island, it's
Yeah.
against the law to both challenge or accept a duel.
what if some dude walks up and slaps you with a glove across your face? What are you supposed to do?
Hell right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
ask him out, ask him for a date. No, I don't. Hey,
Yeah.
big boy, slap me again. No, I don't know.
I accept.
I
Except no, he'll get arrested, but you won't if you
No,
just
I-
walk away.
just walk
Just,
away.
just walk away.
Just
See
walk
that?
away. Yeah. Okay.
Kellyanne knows.
No,
That's right.
No,
Walk
no
away.
dueling. No dueling in Rhode Island.
Right. No dueling.
Does that
All right.
include banjos?
Oh.
How
That's-
about
is that Rhode
appendages?
Island or that's upstate?
How about dueling
Whoops.
appendages? What? All right, never mind. Hey, you
Oh.
want to have a? Hey, buddy, you want to have a sword fight? Yeah, step into the men's room. All right, come on. What else we got there, bud?
Okay, this is
Crossfire.
this is a ridiculous one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently in
What? The Red
Providence,
Cabin?
apparently in Providence, Rhode Island, it's against the law for a store to sell a toothbrush and toothpaste to the same customer on a Sunday. Did you get all
For
that?
crying out loud! What is wrong with this country?
What is wrong with Sundays?
It's amazing we are where we are. It's amazing we have indoor plumbing. I mean, you can't sell toothpaste and a toothbrush on a Sunday together
To the same
Why?
person.
Whose idea? Who all of a sudden thought that this is a crime? Tell me.
I mean, I could see if it said something like you can't sell a bottle, alcohol bottle,
Yeah.
and a bottle opener to,
Okay.
to
To a
a
12-year-old? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Or I was going to say to like, some homeless drunk on the street, on a
Oh, that's
Sunday.
actually no. That's who you have to sell that to.
Two.
That's,
Because he
that's
can't
the
open it.
law. No,
he
that's
needs
the law.
he
You
needs
sell
help
that.
getting it open.
Yes, right.
Right.
But really,
Well,
who is
you
this-
could drag the homeless drunk in and say, dude, stand in line with me. I need you to buy this toothpaste with me.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
give you the money.
and I'll give you a
Oh,
glass of
and
beer.
but you're gonna want to give it to him because if he's
No,
homeless,
Well, okay.
he's gonna really need that toothpaste and toothbrush.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe one person can buy like 2 toothbrushes, and then the other guy can buy 2 toothpaste,
Ooh,
and then you
good
can
thinking.
share just for thanking him for coming up off the street.
She's
to help
quick.
you out.
She's quick.
Isn't
Look
she
at her.
smart?
I got
She's
this.
thinking.
Isn't she smart?
What did she think? Why is she with you? I don't get
I
it.
have no idea.
So this is the last one we got here.
Go ahead.
Apparently in Rhode Island, in
Yes.
the city of Newport,
Yes.
it is against the law to smoke a pipe after sunset.
Why?
I don't know,
Why?
but that's Newport.
I know why.
Why?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've decided that I think it's because all the old people like to sit in their chairs outside and look at the sunset.
Yeah.
And if all
Oh.
these people are smoking, it
Yeah.
smogs up the air and they don't
Ruins
get a
it.
good view of the sunset. There,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
welcome.
In fact,
Wow.
I'm not sure. I hate smoke. Okay, I even have a problem with incense, which is a shame because incense can be kind of cool. But I mean, it bothers me in a close-in situation. But I'm not sure if I hate cigarettes, cigars, or pipe worst. I'm not sure. 'Cause-
Cigarettes are the worst.
See,
Well-
I kind of want to say maybe cigars. I don't know. I don't know. This me personally.
I've never been a fan of incest because I look at my sister and I go, no, there's not enough money in the world.
Incense.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I'm incensed from
Now,
you.
you can get some really good pipe tobacco though that smells amazing,
I'm sure, yeah,
but
Okay.
not after 6 p.m.
not after 6
Not
p.m.
in Rhode
After
Island.
the sun goes down. Wow.
Right.
Right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Are we done?
We're done.
I want to go
We're
home.
done. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to do our usual goodbye here. It's been fun. Kellyanne, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Big pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And,
Kellyanne.
Ray, thanks for coming on the show, Ray. And
Hey, sure, anytime, Bill. And
Yeah,
good-
okay.
good for thanks for showing up. Yeah,
okay.
thanks for showing up.
No more kilts.
No more kilts. No, I promise.
Okay. All right. And
So be good to each other out there, okay?
yeah, what he said. Please check out our website, pullyourselftopieces.com.
That's right.
And you can subscribe to the show in Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, and YouTube, or via RSS, so you'll never miss an episode.
And if you enjoy our show, don't forget to give us a high rating.
And remember to tell your friends about the show.
Thanks for listening to our show, and thank you to freesounds.org and Gottlieb, Audio Mirage, Plasterbrain, Cognito Perceptu, FK Prod, Mirage Hazer, Shadow Wisp, DBoss, Viku Seru, Intra Environmental Sound Project, Julian Nicholas, Carmelo Mike, G Kill Hour, 140178 Sound, CMU Sound Design, Alan Mchi, Der Super Anton, Eric H2000, Bulbastray, FK Phantom, Ultra Dust, Ada Records, Stuart Colborn, Debroid, Cubidup, GJ, Syntax Seed, Inspector J, Astounded, Madge 061785, Just Invoke, Short Record, Lorenzo Sue, and I'm Mackenzie. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/legal code.